Wondering where your next clients come from? You've got the cert, you've got the degree, you got the Lululemons, and still not that many clients filling your schedule or revenue filling your bank. Then you're ready for Facebook ads. This is your episode. I'm Deborah Atkinson. You're listening to She Means Fitness Business, sponsored by my business, Voice for Fitness. And at Voice for Fitness, we know that you want to be an inspirational example to midlife women. In order to do that, you need a profitable health and fitness coaching business. And the problem is a lack of clients, which makes you feel uncertain about whether you can succeed. We believe you deserve consistent, dependable revenue from clients you love. And we understand how it feels not to have that, because I've been there too, which is why I now train fitness professionals internationally. Here's how I do it. Number one, I meet with you on a call. Number two, we create a plan of action together. And number three, we celebrate your growth. So book a call. And in the meantime, get your business scorecard so you can stop feeling like your dream is slipping away while other less qualified and probably less heart-centered coaches than you make sales and get more clients. And instead, you easily increase your revenue by at least $5,000 a month in the first 90 days. Let's dive into this episode. All right. So if you have a small budget and the very idea of doing Facebook ads makes you freak out a little bit, let me just tell you, it can't be this bad. Back in 2013, things got a little rocky for me when I quit everything and jumped in. And there were not the resources that there are now to help everybody everywhere build online businesses. And I was pawning jewelry. Yes, you heard me right. Pawning jewelry. And I'm not the kind of girl who pawns jewelry or ever thought she would. And it was to pay for Facebook ads. So it can't get that bad, I promise you. If you have a small budget, you want to start your Facebook ads by first creating a leads campaign. Number one, this is the number one biggest mistake, that when people start doing Facebook ads, they want to go right to something they're selling. And if you get advice from someone about doing Facebook ads, many will tell you, don't have an ad go to anything less than, say, $1,000. So, for those of us who have $99 things and, $199 things, we're all like, what? Meaning I can't use Facebook because it won't work for me? Not true. It's just all the variables have to change. So there's variables there for everybody. First of all, it's mind-boggling if you've ever gone in there, but you need to know a few basics. The intention of this podcast is not so that you can be opening up your Facebook account and go through this step by step with me, but it is so that if you're going to hand this off to somebody else who says they know how to do Facebook ads, that you know what to ask, you know what to look for. So number one, here's the very basics. In order to begin using Facebook ads that you even have to have. So if you don't like Facebook, it's not going to work out very well for you. You have to have a personal profile, and you have to have that so that you can create a business page. And you may be posting on your personal page about business or about the fact you're a coach or a trainer, and that's fine, but nobody sees you as a business, and you can't advertise unless you have a Facebook business page. So you've got to get that. Now things have changed enough since I started doing this and I was creating ads 10 years ago. It's very different, but you are going to be creating ads from your business page. You will create a Facebook ads manager. It's called the Business Manager. That's where your ads are created. You'll create campaigns. So you may have a campaign for here's my strength training class, right? And it's called ABC Strength. You may have a campaign, and within that campaign, you might have 5 different ads that are all going to the same outcome that you want people to register and pay for the program. Now, that's not the best way to start, right? Because if you don't have any audience already, meaning you don't have what we call a custom audience on Facebook, it's you going to the world. Hey, buy my thing. Buy my thing. Hey, hi, you over there across the street, across town, across the United States, and across the globe. Buy my thing. How well is that going to work for you? About as well as, hey, marry me, right? Now, I know there's a movie on that. It did happen, but, let's just face it. It was fiction. So it's not going to work very well. Let me tell you what will. So stay with me. Leads are the best thing for you to do. That helps you create an email list. You know what leads are? Leads are the thing that comes from your freebie. You have this freebie that solves a quick problem that is kind of right the first thing people want solved when they have a bigger problem. Like they can't lose weight and they can't figure out why. Well, your freebie might help them lose a couple of pounds and start feeling like, oh, I've got more energy. At least I could exercise a little bit now, right? So a lead is a prospect, somebody who hasn't bought yet, but they're kind of inside. They came over to your house and they're guests right now. So they said, "Oh, yeah, I want to come in. I'll have an hors d'oeuvre." They haven't sat down to dinner with you yet, but they're thinking about it. The email list, that's where you begin to create sales. You don't want to think, I'm going to advertise and I'm going to sell people right into my program because it's January and everybody is starting, or it's fill in the blank and everybody is starting in September. Doesn't matter. But that idea, that concept is not going to bode very well for you, especially if you don't have a big budget. Because if you're selling to something that is going to cost them, Facebook is going to charge you more for doing that than to sending them something that is like content based. So what I will often do is I used to create blog posts. And I used to then in that blog post where I might be talking about why smoothies are so convenient, such a great way to start your breakfast and get over that, no time, don't know what to make, blah, blah, blah. And then in it, I would maybe have an ad for my protein products and my fiber boost product that women need, right? More than ever. And so it's like a native ad, meaning it's just mine. It's an ad to my own thing. And they'll see it right in the blog post. So if they were interested in, smoothies and smoothie recipes, well, they have to have the ingredients for them, right? So it's all very congruent and it makes sense. So think reverse engineer for whatever your exercise program is. What thing will they also need? So if I want somebody to buy a program, that is the equivalent of my exercise program if you're selling that. So what will they need? They might need to know about shoes. Like what is the best kind of shoes, or why hydration before exercise, during exercise, and after exercise is important. Somebody's thinking about exercise if they're interested in that. So you reverse engineer and think, what topics would someone who is thinking about doing this or is consuming this kind of a program, what are they asking? What do they need? What makes them more successful doing it? That's the kind of content you're going to give them, either in a freebie. So you're going to advertise directly to a freebie where they're just opt in to give you their email list or their email address, so that you can then deliver the thing and nurture them, right? So that's the whole concept. Selling directly to that cold audience on Facebook, again, it's really expensive and the results are pretty dismal because, again, it's like saying, hey over there, see me? I know this is the first time you ever saw me, but I think you should buy my program. Probably not, right? That means just deciding you have a program starting and you want to advertise it is that's about 2 months too late. So what you really want to do, think ahead. Even though right now you may have a program for offer and you're panicking a little bit. Okay, let's just not repeat that problem, right? So when will you do it again? Will you offer it again in 3 months or 4 months or 6 months, or how long is this program go? When will you offer it again? What you want to be thinking is, what will have you set up perfectly, beautifully with a large email list to tell, hey, I know you've been waiting for this, right? I know you've been wanting to start, and I know you were looking for the perfect program that did X, Y, and Z. It's here. We're about to open. And then you're going to tell them we're open, and here are the features, and here's why you should do it right now, because there's a bonus. It's going to go away. But you have to have a large audience to send those emails to. They have to already be on your list. So between now and the next time you're going to launch your next program, you want to be growing that list. And that is like an everyday, all year round for the rest of your business life goal. So you want to start getting good at this. It's not an afterthought. Even if you launch a program and it does really well and you hit your number, you got the number enrolled you want, the revenue was right where you wanted or exceeded your expectations, you still don't stop growing that list. So it's the most important thing you can do. But the great news again is, if you have a small budget, the best thing you can do is be using it to grow leads. And, there is a certain percentage of people, I'll bet you that you did it. I'll bet I've done it in the last month. I don't know, maybe not the last month. It's been busy, but I've seen things and I wanted them in our head, or curiosity about them and the person who made them. And I wanted to see either the thing, like how well was it made and what does it look like? Or I actually wanted the information in the thing. There's lots of reasons, but I opt in for things. And then I am like, stop emailing me. I just wanted your thing. That's really what I'm thinking. There are a number of people who will do that. And probably our consumers are not all doing that for that reason or that thought process. It wasn't their motivation, but it's like you email them about buying and you do it maybe with enough frequency to be irritating for somebody who really isn't a buyer. They're just a squatter there to suck you dry of all your tips. They're going to leave. And you should say, okay, goodbye. Here's the door. Mhm. Right? And because you don't want them on your list because they probably won't open. That hurts your open rate. That means the people who do open will be less likely to get your email, because that's the way the game works. So if somebody unsubscribes, don't get sad about it. Just realize you've got to get as specific as you can, so that's a small percentage of people who just come in, get everything, and then leave. So that's like people going to an open house for, a realtor. They didn't really want to see the house, but they knew there were snacks. Okay. So you are going to want to have some proof that people do want what it is you have. Don't just create a freebie and then, okay, it's up. I have my opt-in page. I'm going to go get traffic. I wouldn't do that first. Before you do that, you're going to want to go to your Facebook groups or your Facebook page or your Instagram page or YouTube or wherever you show up and you have the best engagement, and share it with those people and say, hey, I have this. If you need this, this, and this, and that's a problem for you, I created this just for you. You can go get it now. It's free. Absolutely. It'll download. You'll have it in 5 minutes. Great. Tell anybody who is on your email list, however small any of those are, they all count, right? Especially if they are your ideal customer. Don't share them with people who aren't your ideal customer, because what you're looking for is, what's my conversion rate? If I send my ideal customers there, how many of them actually say, oh, yes, give me that. I'll take it. I do want it. How many of them convert to opting in, giving their email address in exchange for the thing you're offering them? You want to know how good your conversion rate is. So you want to have at least a 50% conversion rate in order to say, okay, I'm going to start throwing money at Facebook to send me traffic so there's more people on that page. Because remember, only 50% of them are going to do it. So You're gonna want to take a risk. Yes, every Facebook ad is a risk, but do a calculated risk. Know what your conversions are. The higher conversion rate for you, the better, right? Wouldn't we love to know that if we send 10 people to our opt-in page that at least 9 did it? True, but that's not going to happen. Okay. And wouldn't we want to know that those 9 people who opted in, then 8 of them ended up buying our program? And unfortunately, that too is not true. It's like 0.5% of people, will do something like that. So we're going to eventually need big numbers. But when you're small, it gets easy to be very specific. You want to be sure that the freebie is shared. You've already tested it somewhat, even with a very small group. There's 2 things to keep in mind when you get ready to go to Facebook, and that is this. This may not make sense now, but it will, I promise. Keep the form filled on Facebook for the lowest cost leads. So instead of having somebody come off Facebook to go to your site to fill in their email address, first have them do it on Facebook. Why is that? Because Facebook likes people to stay on Facebook, just like YouTube likes people to stay on YouTube. So you don't want to get so crazy that you're overzealous, and you take them off right away. So keep them there. That'll be the lowest cost leads from your thank you page. So you'll set up a thank you page when they do that and they filled out the information saying, yes, I want more information about that. On the thank you page, that can double as the opt-in page where they actually put in their name and here's where to get it. So thanks for letting me know you wanted this. Here's where you actually get it. So it is kind of a double opt. I don't love that. So consider whether it works for you or not works for you. But then you'll have 2 things that come after that. An automation email that should drop them right into your email list. And the other thing that you want to make sure, so you're going to keep that form filled on Facebook for the lowest cost leads. And number 2, you have a broad audience. So you want to shoot that ad to about 1 million people. Now you still want to be telling it, this is 1 million people. It's women between this and this age. These people also follow Vogue magazine, they follow Oprah, they like the Today Show, whatever demographic or things that your individuals like, you still want that, but a broad audience is the size of about 1 million. So make sure that that's true too. Both those things will keep your cost low. All customer relationship management systems, like the things where we send our emails from, all CRMs, is a quick way to say it, have a Facebook integration of some kind. There will be a way to make this easier because, it's kind of they compete with each other by having these perks for us. So no matter what management tool you use, like Aweber, Constant Contact, ClickFunnels, Ontraport, Infusionsoft, they all will have some kind of a support for you. And then you'll have to integrate it somehow with a Zap or a connector automation and find some tech support to help you through this. But I'm helping you understand, here's the process. So Facebook isn't directly going to talk to your website, right? But you're going to have some like middleman that will help you to do so. So if you're ready for traffic, how do you know that, right? You have to have a freebie that converts. Creating one, if you don't, is your first order of business. I'll put a link in the show notes to the Ultimate Freebie Creator. And the purpose of that is to help you get your wheels turning on what is my content, what is the topic. And I walked you through how do you reverse engineer some examples of what would be good freebies for people. So I'll put that Ultimate Freebie Creation in the resources for the show. And it's time. At some point, if you're going to grow, you're absolutely going to need to do a little bit of paid traffic. Probably no better place than to look at Facebook because, like it or not, our clients are all there. And if they're midlife women, definitely they're there more than other places. Okay, I don't know what you're waiting for. The world needs you right now more than ever.